The Samoan language. Why do beauty queens and Brisbane Mormons need it? The Samoan language has been the hot topic lately. Our right to speak it in Australian churches and local beauty pageants, whether or not it's an essential part of our identity, a gift from God, or guaranteed to make it tough to get a job overseas and to only earn us duck eggs, according to the Prime Minister. Sadly, I've never been a beauty pageant contestant, and my duck egg silhouette ensures I probably never will, so I can't comment on whether my verbal wizardry would have helped me to earn a shell crown. But I can say that a Miss Samoa who can't speak English would be pretty useless, because it doesn't matter how we try to dress it up in tupper cloth trappings. The role of our beauty queen is primarily ambassadorial. Sure, we like the illusion that she's a noble Tamaita Samoa who spends her day making flower leis while reciting her family ngafa, conversing knowledgeably with all things Samoan with various village matai, barefoot in a fale somewhere, and reading Bible stories to ragged children on Samoan, of course, and always radiating purity, but never sexuality. In that fantasy, yes, the Samoan language is essential. But the reality is that the job of a Miss Samoa is to promote Samoa and our tourism industry to the world. That's why we send her to expos and trade fairs, get her to speak at tourism promotions, and siva for every very important person who visits our shores. She must navigate a range of settings, from everything from a cocktail party to a diplomatic function, to the corporate boardroom, to cheesy TV ads, to regional events, with confident assurance, or, most often, in English. If she can't do that, then our representative will end up with duck egg on her face and make us all look bad. Should we be allowed to worship in the Samoan language in a Mormon church? Yes, of course. Everyone should be able to worship in whatever language they want to, anywhere they go. That's why I can read the Mormon scriptures in over 109 languages, including Samoan. It's also why I can study any of the hundreds of texts, pamphlets, and teaching manuals produced by the Mormon Church to help its members in the home and in church in many different languages, including Samoan. I've been to Mormon church services throughout Samoa, New Zealand, Australia, and America, and on any given Sunday, people can and have prayed in Samoan, given speeches, and taught lessons in Samoan, and lots of other languages. I have no clue what's going on with 30 families in Brisbane, but it does seem incredibly odd to me that a global church which has invested so much time and money in translating and producing Samoan language religious materials for its members worldwide would then supposedly turn around and ban that same language in only one particular congregation. Common sense says that makes no sense. Me thinks that we should hold off on throwing rotten eggs at the Mormon Church on this particular topic. A final thought on the language ruckus. Is speaking and nurturing the Samoan language important? Yes, it is. Is it essential for one's identity as a Samoan? No, in my opinion, it isn't. Speaking fluent Samoan is not a requirement for identifying as a Samoan. I don't think it's the sheer number of words that a person knows that define our place within a culture or a heritage. There's thousands of Samoans worldwide, and even a few in Samoa, who can't wax lyrical in their native tongue. Who are we to question the truth of their claim to Samoanness? My parents chose to raise us with English because that was the language of the education system in Samoa, and they wanted us to succeed academically. I'm grateful for that decision. While I can speak Samoan now, a bit broken at times, English was the language that opened doors for me and my siblings to university and to careers that have taken us to many places all over the world. My parents also chose to raise us according to certain values from our Samoan culture. Things like fa'aloalo, respect for family, for elders, tradition, and religion. Things like tautua, service to family and community. Things like the importance of education as the key to success, just to name a few. And it's these values which have been essential to defining my identity as a Samoan woman. Whakatae lava, Mum and Dad.